Welcome to Straight Outta Savannah. I am super excited to be here. My guest, Joanna ShakTi, is here and she is going to talk to you about who she is, what she does, and how she can help you. So, Joanna, take it away.
Thank you, Tammy. Oh, who am I? I am a woman on a mission for love. I am a woman on a mission for happiness. I'm a woman on a mission for the greatness of women
Mm,
and the greatness of men and all other expressions of people. And sometimes if we're looking at men and women, or I'll say the masculine and the feminine, it can get kind of confusing sometimes. And beyond confusing, downright frustrating and annoying and irritating sometimes. And I, I'll say I had my quote unquote wake up call when I was about 12 years into an electrical engineering career. And I was working in the oil and gas and high tech industries of
oh,
Houston, Texas.
wow.
Yep. Houston, Texas in the 90s in the quote unquote good old boy network.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a part of me that prided myself on outmanning the men.
Yeah,
I was proving who I was,
yeah.
but underneath, there was a part of me that was so insecure. There was a part that was so mistrusting of myself, so doubting of myself. My last boss before I quit called me a bully. And I was like,
What?
what? What? But he's like,
Because you had the male characteristic in a female body.
yes, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
But there was an aspect of it that was also true.
Oh, yeah.
And this is my wake up call then was in 2001. And I was at an event that introduced me to the ideas of masculine and feminine energy.
Mm.
And I literally felt like for the entire day of that piece of the workshop that I was like, my jaw on the floor going, holy, this explains my whole freaking life. Why I'm successful and promoted, why I'm divorced, why I'm sad, why I'm resentful, why I can't have a freaking orgasm. It was like, this explains it all. And so that bullying comment, I love that you picked up on that, is that I was trying to perform
Hmm.
masculine energy.
Yes.
And it wasn't who I was. I can lead. I didn't know it at the time. I can lead as a powerful woman
Yes.
and lead with my heart and lead with compassion and lead with that conscious care.
Hmm.
But I thought I had to dominate. And that comes off as bully energy.
I was gonna say conditioning.
Totally.
I mean, that's where we are. It's like they've conditioned people to think that, you have a masculine energy and a feminine body, then that makes what? A bitch, right?
That's one of the words they use. And it's
Mhm.
interesting, like underneath. So that wake up call when I was at that event, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to be feminine. Feminine's weak. Feminine's pathetic. Feminine gets taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Feminine. And I had all these stories.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, wait, I really want to be treated that way. I want to be held that way. I want to be seen that way. I actually want to let go. We were talking before we, started the interview about resting
Yes.
and that the masculine is the go, 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 get shit done.
Yes.
And we've idolized it
Yes.
in so many ways. And many truly feminine women have sold themselves out in the name of idolizing masculinity.
Well,
Now,
it's
there was a reason
it's the
we were
hustle
trying,
culture.
we'll say it again.
It's the hustle culture.
It's the hustle culture.
This
And
is where we are. It's like, everybody's talking about, oh, you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, well, if I don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it means I'm going to sleep
yeah, absolutely. You
because
need
my body
rest.
needs rest.
Your body needs rest. Exactly. And so this hustle culture is the masculine culture.
Yeah.
Now, was there a place that women and all of us, many of us trying to find our place and there was a place where we had to get in to that masculine realm?
Yes.
and tried to fit the model.
Yes.
And that was necessary
Yeah.
at the time. But now we've got to recover ourselves because most women have paid an incredibly high price
Yes.
in their happiness and their health and their orgasms and their vitality and their relationships
Yes.
because I was running, I've worked with probably thousands of women who have been running that masculine energy when it wasn't true for them. And I got pissed off, I got resentful, and my body didn't totally function the way it was supposed to. So, this recovery, when I walked out of that event that day, when I had the wake up call to masculine and feminine energy, I literally walked out and said, I'm leaving my corporate career. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm leaving because I'm going to figure this out for myself first. And then I'm going to serve women so they don't go through the pain that I went through. And I'm also going to serve men so they don't go through the pain that I put men through because they've had their own difficult journey as well.
Oh, honey, 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 coming from the space of having been married for 20 years to a man that didn't know how to love,
Yeah.
and now, and I call him my starter, and now I have a professional,
Yeah.
and he and I actually talk about these things because we know that, um, I just got a vision of Florence Scovel.
Ooh, love
He
her.
was not the divine selection. We both knew that they weren't the divine selections.
Yeah.
And we're here. Where we went through all of that. 20, was 20 for me and 24 for him or something. And now we're here at this space where, you know, things are lovely. Where we actually love each other and actually spend a hell of a lot of time together, you know what I mean? And it's amazing because we looked at it in each of our situations, we both were trying to get away from the person
Yeah.
in different ways. From the
Yep.
way I did it was work. I worked
Yep.
a lot. And did I have to work like that? No, not really. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as, yeah, everybody could use more money. But you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was going to be homeless if I didn't work that way.
Right. Right.
You know? So
Yep.
so you look at that, in that context of what you were talking about. Amazing.
Yeah. So authenticity at the heart of it all and the repair
Yeah.
in our relationships, like men getting to discover what's
Yes.
it like that they're not weak because they have an open heart.
Yes.
They're not weak because they feel.
Yes.
And then we're not weak if we actually let ourselves enjoy and rest and soften that there is equal but different power in
Yeah.
the masculine and the feminine. And so this is what now for the last 20, I left corporate in February of 2023. And or, I'm sorry, 2023, 2003. And so
Oh,
it's been 23 years
oh wow.
in literally 6 days. It'll be the anniversary of 2003 when I walked away. And that that gift to keep recovering myself and to be in service
It
to individuals and couples and singles that are looking for that deepest love.
and if you think about it, that journey that you were on, that even deciding to walk away from corporate like you did, that there was a masculinity in that. To me,
Oh,
that
yeah.
meant you were in total alignment to walk away because you had to.
Yes.
And I used to tell people I had to stay in my masculine because my first husband didn't know what that was.
Mm.
There
Yeah.
there were decisions that had to be made and things that need to be done. And I talked to him, and it's like I might as well talk to the fucking wall. So it's like, okay, so I stopped even asking. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
know that those are places that women get to. And what I believe is that you get to that place in your masculinity is overrun. So like it has overrun your feminine.
Yes. Your authenticity.
Yeah.
Yes. And like you said, there are times when we feel like we have to. And this is one of the most common things that, well, it's one of the core things I'll say
Hmm.
that, working with women on, because this idea of I'm a single mom, I'm a sole provider, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an executive, all the reasons that we've told ourselves that there's no space for our femininity.
Yes.
But if we'll start to look, there are the spaces. We've just been, as you used the word earlier, conditioned to believe that it's the only way to survive.
Yes.
And when we've had trauma or significant situations where we were in survival mode, that does actually require our masculine energy. But then we started living there
Yes.
instead of having that time and then returning to self.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's a return. It's like an unveiling and a revealing, and
Yes.
slowly but surely feeling safe
Yes.
to
That
be
is
feminine again.
that is that's remarkable when you think about it. Because that really is the root of all of it. It's the root of it. If you
It
think
is.
about it, it's the root and it's the
It
root.
is. Yep.
All of it is
Absolutely.
feeling safe. That, that's
Absolutely.
so amazing because people will do all kind of things and spend all kinds of money and go all kind of places. They'll go to the moon. They'll go to Peru and China and all these places, just to get that,
Yeah.
the feeling of being safe.
Yes. And the only place, the sad part is, Tammy, and I feel the emotion of humanity because especially feminine beings, but there's a lot of masculine beings doing this too, is so hungry for safety
Yeah.
and thinking, and I did this. I did this. Let me rearrange the chess pieces of life. Let me go find the thing. Like, I'm with you, sister. Like that.
Let
Let me
me
move
take
the
this
chess.
class and maybe
Yeah,
go
let
get
me
this course, that
Yes.
that
Let me
that
find
stuff like
this
that.
man.
Hmm.
Right. Let me get this job. Let me get this much money in the bank. Let
Let
me,
me follow this guru, let me go
yes,
over here and do a eat, pray, love thing.
yes, yes. And we'll never find it there.
No.
We'll never find it there. And if we find it for a moment, it's going to be gone because the only thing guaranteed is that our circumstances are going to change. So that journey back home here, not that we have to put up the walls and say, I don't need anybody else, because that's the opposite reaction.
Yes, yes.
It's just, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Let's take a breath and breathe into that.
Mm. Yeah,
It's safe for me to be here. I'm okay.
this moment. Mm.
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 I looked at some of your stuff and I saw so many things that were so familiar to me and the somatic work that you do.
Mm.
Let's talk about how you got there.
Yeah. It's interesting. The masculine is more of the mind. The feminine is the heart. Information doesn't change our lives. Living it and breathing it changes a life. And so when people work with me more deeply in our program work, they're not called training modules. They're called embodiment elements
Mm. Like that.
because I tried to get smart. I read all the books. And granted, I have some blessing from that, but that's not what changed my life. And it's not what changes those that I work with. It's finally saying yes to ourselves. It's slowing down and saying, it hurts. I'm pissed. I'm scared
But that's what you're called to do.
because that's the truth.
Mm.
And we think that if we've been so conditioned that if we admit those feelings, they're going to trap us. We're going to get stuck.
Yes.
And the truth is they actually set us free. It's the pushing them down that keeps us stuck. Anytime we're stuck, it's an unfelt emotion. And so that pathway into the somatic, the embodied, was me stopping running from myself, from my emotions.
You and I, we have such similar trajectories because that is the journey that I am on, and I'm so excited about it, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it because for me, long COVID started that journey for me. Like I started on a probably a spiritual awakening journey uh, about 2012.
Okay.
God called me to go across the country. I lived
Mm.
in South Carolina and I moved to Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just packed my car and uh, my kids were grown, so I sat them down and said, "Listen, I'm about to go. If you want to come with me, you can. If you don't want to come, don't. But this is what I'm doing. It's time for me to leave here."
Mm.
This guy told me at 3 o'clock in the morning at work that it was time for me to go.
Wow.
I was like, okay. So I understand, just a little bit about,
Yeah.
because people looked at me and said, "You have family?" I was like, "I have one cousin," and she told me I could stay with her. So I did. I was like, I can go, had uniforms, I can go to work, you know what I mean? But it was a whole thing, and even through all of that, people think that when God tells you to do something, or the universe or source or
Yeah.
whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it,
Yep.
and with them, when they tell you to do something, oh, it's just just gonna go, just like, you
Right.
know, peaches and cream.
Yeah. It's parting the Red Sea, if you will, or
Right. Just
yeah.
open it up and you just walk right through and yeah, no. If I could say hell no, hell no.
Oh,
I
yes.
used to tell people, I said, I pray, and I've done this so many times, and when I've done it, I'm like, oh my God. After I've done it, I go, why'd you do that? So I pray, I pray that, that doors that need to be open are open, and doors that need to be shut are shut. And I
Yes.
literally pray this, and every time, and I should have gotten this by now, you know what I mean? But
Be
every
careful what
time
you ask for.
the door is shut first before
Right.
they open.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, yeah, but yeah, it really is something when you decide to make those moves and you decide to step out, and in the church they would say step out on faith.
Yeah.
And you decide to step because you're like, okay, I don't know, because I was like, well, clearly nothing is happening here,
Right.
you
Right.
know. And I was miserable anyway, and I was like, even my job, I mean, all the way around. I had a man I needed to get rid of, otherwise I was going to kill him, and I needed not to go to prison,
This is a good thing. Yeah.
Right.
Like
So,
choosing
time to
you.
go. Yes,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yes. Oh my God, you're good.
So when you look at that, and I look at how you came forth, from the corporate world into this very different world.
Yeah.
And then I love how you bring in the embodiment into your stuff. And that's something that I've been feeling called more to do lately. And it's been a journey. You know what I mean? Because we talked off on camera about the rest period that I was called to.
Yep.
I didn't do any interviews, nothing. I shut the podcast down. I didn't do any interviews. I didn't do anything. And people still kept saying, "Gosh, you sure showing up on social media?" And I'm like, no. I mean, like I'm like reposting old videos. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Reposting good stuff. I try to repost, when somebody has done something good. when
Yeah.
we're coming together and all of that, because that's what I'm cultivating on my page, not all
Yeah.
the other stuff. And so, but I took this period where I just rested. I did nothing. I colored because I had bought me some coloring books.
Nice.
I made jewelry, like I made this little crystal.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Still working on it. But I made jewelry and different things and let me see, what else did I do? Colored. I bought some jackstones.
I don't know what those are.
Oh my God, I'm aging myself. You used to throw them up in the air. There was a ball that came to
Oh,
pick
yes,
them
yes,
up.
yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes, got it. No, I did that as a kid. I know. I'm with you. I gotcha. Okay. I haven't
They
played that
probably
in
called
like
them something,
eons. Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, I should get some of those. I liked that. Yeah,
Actually, where I saw them? What made me think about it?
yeah.
So I worked in this little nursing home because my other job before I started doing this, I was a nurse for 32 years.
Oh, wow.
And before that, 3 years before that, I was a nursing assistant. So for 35 years, that's all I did. And so I saw in the activities room, they had some jackstones for the residents. And I was like,
Yep.
oh, maybe I'll try that because long COVID came and gave me this gift where when I tell you my memory,
Oh,
I did
wow.
not remember. I thought I had early dementia. That's how bad it was. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
oh my God. And then it was, the energy and it was all kinds of things, just so many things just come at you. And so I, stopped working, you know, it's like,
Yep.
okay, this is what I got to do. And so I stopped working. My husband said, I got us. It's okay. And so I did, but it was such a scary thing
Mm.
because, as somebody that stayed so in the masculine and
Yep.
even now I don't have to stay there because I have a man that, knows his place
Yeah.
and wants to be, here and supportive and all that. But still, there are those times. It's like the work, you've done work around this thing. You've
Yep.
done work,
Yep.
but there's those times, little times where it's like, wait, I mean, I'm not working,
Well,
I'm
right. The
making
mind
money.
picks up again and it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So how would you speak to someone in that space?
Yeah. I love that question, Tammy. And when someone's in that space, I'm actually reminded I just hosted a retreat this weekend on soulful relating. And one of the women in the retreat said, oh, wait, that masculine thing, that's me. And I've heard that so many times. It's like, wait, wait, oh, wait, I do that. Oh, I'm exhausted. And so the first piece is just to begin to recognize that we're in the pattern
Yes,
and that it's okay and that there's another possibility. And the thing that a lot of people do when they hear this masculine and feminine energy, and particularly feminine beings that are running a lot of masculine energy, is that they say, okay, how do I do feminine? How do I do feminine energy? What do I do now? And it's actually that do is trying to use the masculine to get to the feminine,
oh
which,
wow, yes.
yes. And so that engineer me, there was a masculine mask on top of the feminine being. But then it was like, okay, how do I do feminine? And so then I put a feminine mask on top of the masculine mask, and I got farther away from myself.
Right.
So the real journey, going back to this conversation of safety, is you're not going to change it all at once,
Yeah.
dear, beautiful, precious woman. You're
Mhm.
going to change it one step at a time. We're going to stay in this zone of the sweet stretch where it's uncomfortable, but it's good. We're not pushing into terror zone
Yes.
because that just shuts us back down. So
Yeah.
we're going to start to pull away all the things that stood in front of who
Mm.
you always were. And bit by bit, have the chance to choose again,
Mm.
slowly tending to whatever needs to be tended to along the way. But seeing it and knowing something different is possible. That's the beginning. And then we just take the steps.
Yes. Yes, that's that. That is amazing because what I say is, in my work, I have to get people to connect to their body
Hmm.
before we can really do anything else.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you don't even know what it feels like. You know,
Yeah.
and I did a thing with my husband with that when we first got together, and he has high blood pressure. And so I've been working on him with that. And so I did a thing with him and I said, how does it feel? I took his blood pressure and it was high. And I,
Yeah.
how do you feel? And I had to actually really just start working with him so that he could see how he felt because he didn't know.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing that many of us walk around here like that. That's why you and I do the work we do.
That's right.
You walk around, you don't even know. Like I told him, I said, for me, my blood pressure started going up after I did that move.
Yeah.
I ended up on some blood pressure medication, but I was like, I'm not taking this. This is not for me. And so I was constantly, working on getting it off and all that.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, well, it's just stress. That's it. Because I never had that problem ever before. And I've been
Yep.
plump for years, so it's not that.
It's not that.
So I
Yep.
was like, okay. So I started working on it. But what happened is I had to acknowledge and see how I felt when
Yes.
that thing went up. Like for me, I felt like I was going to fall out. Like my chest would start hurting and my head would
Mm,
hurt me like nobody's
mm,
business. And that's how I ended up in the ER because I was like, whatever this is,
yeah.
no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That told me that, this is what happens when this is occurring. And so this is what I was sharing, with my husband, and this is what I teach. I say, if you know how your body reacts, then you'll know when something is not right,
Mm. Yes.
because
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And whether it's the physical thing, it's the relational thing, it's the emotional thing, our bodies are the barometers.
Yes. And they keep
And
the score.
they keep the score, absolutely. And we're scared of them sometimes. And so
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
making friends. And it's okay if we see something off, because the minute that we see it off, we can begin to shift it. If we're in denial of it, it's running the show.
That is so right. It's like I wrote my book. It's called Walking Away,
Mm.
Winning the War Against Shame, AIDS, Abuse, and Abandonment.
Oh, wow.
So what I realized in writing that book was that that is the theme of my life. And that is why that's why I wrote that. That's why it just came to me so easily because I was like walking away. And then
Yeah.
I started looking and I started really just checking and plotting. And I realized that I was like, because I used to tell people I'm a gypsy. But then
Mm.
I had a friend that told me that that was really not a good term or whatever to use and all of that. So then I said, okay, well, I'm nomadic. And I
Yeah.
thought, realized that,
Yeah.
right? That even gave me pause when we moved in this house that we just bought. Okay. It gave me pause because I was thinking, oh my God, somewhere in my mind, in the back,
Yeah.
right? In the back
Yep.
of your mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, so if I get ready to leave,
Yep.
I'm not gonna be able to just go.
Walk
Just
away.
walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
but I know that people have that same type of thing,
yep.
same type
Yep.
of situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if we take it one step at a time and we realize that there is a higher power supporting us
Yes,
and that we can take one breath and one step and we can love ourselves through the fear,
yes,
we can go places that we never remotely imagined. And that's one of my favorite things to hear is I had no idea it
yes,
could be like this.
yes.
That's what I want.
But that's the best thing to say. I mean, even if like I talk to people about affirmations and affirmations and all those things, and I just say it's just the words that you say to yourself,
Hmm.
what it is, because that's what I'm called to do, to break down all those, those big words and the terms that people, don't understand and, the woo-woo stuff and all that. Just the words that you say to yourself. What can you say beautiful to yourself every day?
Every day.
Every day. And I always tell people, do it in the mirror naked.
There, absolutely. That's potent. Potent.
Right? I'm like,
Mm.
that'll shift it like nothing else.
Well, it's going to bring up all the stuff probably. And then
For
when it brings
sure.
up the stuff, you can start moving the stuff. Totally.
Yeah. Yes. So share, Joanna, where people can connect with you the best place. And also if you have anything that you're, feeling, anything you're doing, you're inviting people into or anything, you can
Yeah.
share that.
Thank
And then
you.
ask my question.
All right. So people can find me at ecstaticintimacy.com. And there you will find lots of different possibilities. We have live retreats that happen every couple of months. And there's always an opportunity to schedule a session with me, just a single session. What might we want to do? Set out a roadmap. Maybe we'll do more, maybe we won't, but there's that possibility. And there's tons of things to read there too. So that's the best place to start. And I am always, this is my soul's work. So if I can support someone coming home to themselves and to love, that's what I want.
That's
Mm.
so powerful. That's so powerful. All right, I have my last question that I ask each and every one of my guests. And
Yes.
that question is, if there was anything in the world that you could change, what would that be and why?
Mm. Mm. For me, I want us to love one another. I want us to love one another, to love ourselves, but more importantly, to love our fellow humans. Not, I said more importantly, it starts with ourselves.
Yeah.
And right now, it is my opinion that there is nothing our world needs more than compassion and care and love for our fellow humans on this journey. We are all amazing beings and we're all struggling in our own ways. And if we could see each other and see our hearts and see our humanity and our divinity, our world would be a very different place. And so the why is that peace. It's to live in peace, to live in love, to live in the greatness of who we are, and all of us be celebrated for it.
Hmm. I love that. I love that because that is my space. Like I wish everybody could live in magic. I wish that, we could just love each other just because we're loving each other.
Yes, because we're two beings with each other. Absolutely.
Because we
Yeah.
called for it, and because maybe, this day you were feeling a little bit defeated or something happened on this day and you celebrate anniversaries and different times of different things and all this other kind of stuff. I've not ever really been that person. Like I can't tell you the day I quit smoking, I just was glad I did. You know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean? I tried. Just,
Yeah.
because I hear people like, oh, on this day, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. And so, whether we celebrate or not, can we love
Right.
right here, right now?
Right now.
Can we love right here,
Do it.
right now?
Let's take a deep breath and let's just
Mm. Um,
hmm. This has been amazing. I have enjoyed your energy. I'm going to tell you what's been happening for me lately. And, I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of fasting and a lot of praying and a lot of sitting with the divine and, different things because I had some transitions. But um, but what's been happening is when I get in the energy of someone with your type of energy,
mm,
I can feel it all in my chest. And it's almost like a that kind of energy. And I'm like, oh my God, it's almost too much.
Sometimes we get challenged with the goodness just as much as we get challenged with the contractions.
I'm
So,
telling you, it's like,
but you can hold more and more and more, Tammy, and it's just that slow it down when you get to that edge, just like a good orgasm on some level. It's like, okay,
exactly.
so just you get to keep expanding
That's
because it's
amazing. That is amazing. I have enjoyed, oh my God, this is so good, y'all. You're gonna
thank
do like me, you're gonna go back and watch it again.
you are precious. You are precious, dear
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
appreciate that.
gosh. Yeah. Mm.
So I will have all of the Joanne's details in the show notes. So all of that'll be in there. So you can click the links. This show will probably, it'll either be the end of February or it'll be March. The show will
Cool.
premiere. But you will get all your details and all of that kind of stuff. So
Awesome.
thank you so much for watching us on Straight Outta Savannah.